My parents are cool. I guess I'm just jealous of what, my parents?
For the Rams, he's got 4 white shirts coming in from the back post.
Good opportunity to hit Thompson-Kowski running around in the back.
Instead, he plays it short into the box looking for Chris Rock, a little too far in front of him.
Good idea by the Rams.
Long throw by Guilford. That one comes all the way to Dave Cornelius, who plays it off of Chris Rohde. It'll be a Cheshire Ram throw-in. Rock again to take the throw-in for the Rams. Plays it forward for Morisuti. Tries to shield it, but Guilford comes away with it, plays it out. And again, there's the front running Neary. He's got one man to beat now. Neary trying to beat Buchanan. Sinkowski comes from the far side. Buchanan knocks it away for the moment. Schwartz dumps it off to Neary, looking for room. Double teamed. A left-footed blast goes well wide. And with less than 2 minutes to go, we're still scoreless here in the first half.
Nair's dangerous when he gets himself in space like that running. I think he was trying to get it too much on his left foot set up.
Scoreboard clock indicates 2 minutes, but the clock stops with 2 minutes to go in the half, and the official time is kept by the officials on the field. Jamie Smith possesses it well, plays a through ball forward. This time for Taylor Morisuti. Can't quite get there. Once again, the ball goes over the touchline on a very narrow field here in Cheshire, only 58 yards wide. Seth Neary with the ball, trying to keep it in, manages to do so, struggling along the touchline with Nevins, and this time Neary fouls Nevins, and it'll be a free kick for the Rams, and the referee's having a chat with Seth Neary.
A little bit of frustration by Seth Nair there. Hasn't been able to get the time he's wanted to on the ball.
John Serapin takes the free kick for the Rams. Morisuti can't quite get ahead on it. And again, that Guy Derry, number 31, is a big, tall kid. Has pretty much shut down whoever has been playing the right forward for Cheshire all the first half. There haven't been much luck there. Schwartz plays it into Rohde. Has the ball knocked away by John Proto, but it'll be a foul on Proto, and it'll be a free kick for Guilford. Lashane plays into the box looking for Neary, who heads the ball wide. Proto had that well covered, but it's very clear every chance that Guilford gets, they're going to play those balls to Seth Near. John Serapin takes a long ball out of the back. The referee's whistle goes. And we've reached the end of the first half here at the McCleary Athletic Complex in Cheshire. And so far, after 140 minutes, these two teams haven't managed to score.
Hasn't been too many opportunities for either team, although a couple close calls. Cheshire's managed 2 shots in the first half, while Guilford's only managed 3.
We can take a quick look at the statistics here, unofficial statistics in the first half. And unlike the game they played down at Bittner Park, there haven't been a whole lot of shots. Unofficially, Guilford's had 3 shots on goal. Cheshire, 3 shots and Cheshire 2. And only one of those shots has been on goal, and that's one that Cheshire took when Greg Ott made that save off of Eli Brandt. Only 2 corner kicks in the game, both for Cheshire. The fouls, Guilford with 7 and Cheshire with 5. Guilford's been offside on 2 occasions. So really only been 1 scoring chance for each team so far.
I think both teams looking to pick it up in the second half and knock one in.
Out on the field, we have a game going on between many of the Cheshire Soccer Club's U10 players who are in attendance, and looks like some of the U11s as well, who have come here on an absolutely beautiful evening for senior night. And in the booth with us at the moment, as a guest here at halftime, we have Coach Bill Nolan, who goes back to the very beginnings of the Cheshire High School program. Bill Nolan and Bert Leventhal coached the varsity team here at Cheshire High School for a long time, Bill. And it's great to have you back on senior night.
It's great to be back here, and I'd say it's great to see the caliber of play that I see on both sides out there. Really amazing from some of the dark ages when we played, the old WM 5-2-3 systems, to see the skill levels that the kids have today. It's great on both clubs. They're great.
Well, we got more little kids out on this field right now than you probably had involved in your program at the very beginning.
Well, I remember when we started the Cheshire Youth Soccer, to get 11 kids on a Saturday for a 16-year-old game, we had to drag them off the streets, and that was about it.
I don't know how to work it.
Bill, you've obviously the game has changed a lot over the 25-odd years now that they've been playing soccer here at the high school. You and Bert were involved in it from the beginning. You mentioned that some of the formations were a little bit different. Imagine that the skill level and the possession skills the kids have today are a little different from what you started with as well.
Much different. It's like night and day. This is the kind of thing that we used to bring some of our kids to the college games and to watch some of the pro games to say, you know, that's what we want to see. And this is the kind of stuff. Obviously, they're not as the pace is slower, but the skills are much better than ever. I've never seen anything like this. And of course, seeing the red and the green, Guilford is always a big club to play.
Bill, I don't want to give away how long you and I have been at this, but it goes back, let's just say 20 years plus. Interestingly, there are two players out here starting for the Rams tonight, Jeff Smith and Jamie Smith. And when they were introduced, they came out on the field accompanied by their dad, Rick Smith, and he was a player for you as well.
Probably one of the toughest ball players, tooth and nail I've ever seen. You don't want to get between Reggie and a soccer ball. It was dangerous. He would win the ball. And that's one thing I see out here early tonight. I've seen early on the first 5 or 10 minutes of that half, I think Cheshire was a little bit more afraid of losing it than they were out to win it. And they didn't challenge for that loose ball. I think as the half went on, they got more confidence, and they started challenging more and are coming on strong toward the end of the half.
The conferences are set up a little different than the way they used to be. Back when you guys were coaching in the beginning, there was the Housatonic League, which was all off by itself. And for many years, Cheshire was dominant in the Hoosier League. And Guilford, of course, dominated the Shoreline League at the same time. And not too often would these two schools get together. And now with the SCC that they've set up in 3 divisions, and the fact that in the interdivision games that are scheduled each year, they deliberately schedule the top teams of each of the 3 divisions to play each other. Cheshire's schedule has gotten pretty darn tough. In fact, of the 6 interdivision games that are not part of the Hoosier division this year, 5 of those 6 games for the Rams have been against teams that have been ranked in the top 10 in the Hartford Current poll this year.
Well, I think you have to play against that kind of opposition. I don't think you can slight anybody in the league, and some teams have better one year than another. But if you want to attain a good level, you have to play good competition all the time. Competition that's going to make you work harder. I think that's the big thing. And that's, with Guilford, I don't want to say Guilford has been a good club for very long, but when they knocked me out of the high school tournament in 1958, they had a long tradition back then.
I wasn't going to say how long we've been around, but Phil, you're giving away some of the trade secrets here. But actually, the high school soccer here at Cheshire High School, I think, goes back to 71. Would that have been 1970? The fall of 1970 would have been the first year. And the first Cheshire Soccer Club team probably followed not too long after that in the spring. And an awful lot has happened. An awful lot of kids have played for this club and for the high school over the years. And there's no question that the caliber of the individuals out here has increased as it has probably in most towns around the state of Connecticut over the years. And the quality of the games and certainly the number of fans in attendance has increased as well.
I'm just disappointed. I came down tonight and I thought I'd be looking at a couple of thousand people. I mean, the game and the way it's been played and the way these kids work deserve that. People, if you haven't been out to see this match, you know, your fault. You missed a good opportunity. I think if we took these kids on a Saturday afternoon with skins and shirts on the beach, there wouldn't be a nickel's worth of difference between them. I think Cheshire's building up a little confidence in this end of the first half. It should be a pretty interesting second half. We notice out here it's getting a little damp. You can see some haze up in the lights. The pitch is getting a little greasy, and I wouldn't want to be a goalkeeper out there tonight.
Well, we've got two good goalkeepers in this game. John Seraphin has given up only 4 goals all year. And that's in 14 games. He has a string of 8 consecutive shutouts going. And Greg Ott, who's in goal for Guilford, has given up a total of 9 goals all year. 3 of those were on Monday when Guilford lost for the second time this year to Notre Dame of West Haven. I did some checking to find out how long it's been since Guilford has lost 3 regular season games in a season, and it's actually about 7 years. And the Rams have a chance to inflict that on them here tonight.
I hope so, and I would hope to see that for Coach Bronco, certainly in this year's club. But I think there are a lot of people peppered out throughout the stands that have seen one thing or another just go the wrong way. We had one young man once. The tournament game was played on a multi-line field. We lost the game when the ball went across the white line. Our guy picked it up to throw it back in, and the white line was field hockey, and we had a penalty kick taken against us. Funny things happen out there.
Yeah, obviously tonight we have a multi-line field here as well, as we're playing on the, let's call it the football pitch here at Cheshire High School. It's a field that is only 58 yards wide, which is about as far as they can stretch it.
For safety.
Yeah, and they don't want to run into the track, nor do they want to run into any of the drainage apparatus here. But it does change the nature of the game a little bit. Normally the teams, the Cheshire Rams, are used to playing on a field about 65 yards wide. And during the course of the spring season when they're playing the soccer club, they're sometimes playing on fields that go 70 or 75 yards wide.
I know, especially on moving up our right attacking side. I seem to be hemmed in a little bit by the touchlines getting a little closer.
Bill, I want to thank you for stopping by. It was great to have you.
Great.
And we'd love to give you a gift certificate to something, but we don't have any. So you're going to have to make do with our appreciation.
Seeing these kids play the way they are out there for Coach Bronco and seeing Nick out there, of course, played for many years back, you couldn't get a better present than a better gift than this.
Bill, thanks for stopping by. The teams are headed back to the field for the beginning of the second half here. Guilford's already out on the field, and the Rams are making their way back to the bench. These two teams have now played 140 minutes of soccer so far this year, and neither team has yet to score on each other. And that's a testament to the defense of both of these fine teams. Both of them tend to put defense first and try to make the most of what few scoring opportunities they may create. The Rams We should end up with a tie score at the end of the second regulation period. We would have 2 10-minute overtimes, not sudden death, which accounts for the 100 minutes they played down at Bittner Park of scoreless soccer earlier this year. The Rams in the second half will be going from right to left. Eli Brandt is back in up front. He's had the best scoring opportunity for Cheshire when he took a ball at the top of the box. Midway through the first half, the defenders slipped down, and Eli had time to turn and fire, but Greg Ott, the Guilford keeper, was able to knock it down and collect the rebound. Shane plays the ball forward. John Seraphin knocks it into his own player. A bad defensive mistake on that account, Pat.
Not necessarily what Coach Bronco went over in the halftime talk.
Results in a corner kick for Guilford. Anthony Fiandella will take it for the Indians. Guilford has everybody on the backside. A line drive played across the middle. Looked like we had an elbow there, but the ball came loose. And Guilford will regroup. Long ball played to Leshane. He can't collect it. Loses it over the touchline. And the Rams can see if they can get their wits back about them. Long throw from Jeff Smith. Intended for Eli Brandt. Knocked down by Andy Aldo. But Guilford comes away with it. Aldo putting a lot of pressure on up front, trying to create a mistake. Sinkowski heads the ball intended for Brian Worth. Brian Worth puts the pressure on, forces a long ball over the touchline, and Nevins will take the throw in for the Rams.
Both teams looking shaky coming out into the second half, start of play.
140 minutes of scoreless soccer so far between these two teams this fall. Throw-in goes to Brandt, who manages to flick it forward. Brian Worth heads it forward, and the ball is played into the Cheshire end. Buchanan got to that one, but he didn't look like he was in too much of a hurry.
Very poised in the back.
Jamie Smith
well taken
turns,
by Jamie Smith.
Plays a through ball
through.
down the right wing, looking for Chris Rock. Chris can't get there. Brian Worth tries to knock it loose, but Guilford comes away with it. Schwartz lays it off to Rohde. He plays it forward looking for Neary. And now the Indians are on the attack. Tommy Aldo back checking all the way. Cross tried to be play into the middle. Rams trying to keep it wide. Sinkowski lets it roll over the touchline. It'll be a Rams throw-in. Mike Lyon replaces Brian Worth in the midfield for the Rams. Mike plays it back to Tom Sinkowski. Ball forward. Intended for Eli Brandt. Goes astray. Guilford putting more pressure on the Rams defenders up front here in the second half. Jamie Smith plays it wide. Chris Rock with a little bit of room. Long cross picked off by Greg Ott. Eli Brandt just about 10 yards behind that one.
If they get Jeff Smith and Chris Rock involved on the outside, they should get a lot of chances like that and a lot of balls scoring through.
Mike Lyon wins the ball for the Rams. As he goes forward, he's fouled. Takes a quick free kick, but the referee's going to make him bring it back and move it back about 10 yards. Nevins pushes it forward. Pushes it ahead looking for Eli Brandt, but again, he can't get it there on the ground. Sinkowski His ball goes astray, but it comes right back to him. Plays it forward to Aldo. Aldo looks for Mike Lyon, but misses him. Nevins tries to pick it off, can't do it, and Guilford is on the attack. Long ball, searching for Chris Neary. Buchanan up against Neary one more time, and he plays it wide to Nevins. Nevins looks forward for Chris Rock, can't quite get it there. Aldo puts on the pressure, and Guilford just plays a long ball that skims off the head of Buchanan. Back to John Seraphin, and John will push everybody up and let loose with a long punt. Jeff Smith heads it forward. Tommy Aldo harassing Leshane, but Leshane beats him on the dribble, plays the ball out to midfield. Ball runs over the touchline. It'll be a Ram throw-in. A little over 5 minutes gone here in the second half, and there's still no score. Cornelius drops it to Sinkowski. Tries to play a low ball forward, but Guilford's been picking those off all night and plays a long ball forward to Seth Neary. The same strategy as in the first half, Pat.
Yeah, but Cheshire's been able to pick it off. They've grown accustomed to the fact that where the ball's going and who's it going to. And they've compensated for it. And they're starting to get a lot more middle space in the middle.
Jamie Smith takes it away at midfield, drops it back to Dave Buchanan. Sinkowski spreads out wide on the right-hand side. Buchanan holds it and drives a long ball forward, looking for Chris Rock over his head. Ball comes back the other way in a hurry. Connor Nevins brings it down, almost loses it to Seth Neary. Schwartz heads it forward to Neary. He slides down, loses his footing, and Nevins comes away with it. Nevins pulls it back, drops it back to Buchanan. Buchanan slows it down, pushes it forward, takes what space is available, and drops it off to Nevins on the right side. Nevins back to Buchanan again. The Rams being patient. Long ball played forward, this time to Jeff Smith. He doesn't quite bring it down cleanly, and it comes loose in midfield where his brother Jamie picks it up. Mike Lyons' return pass goes astray. Neary tries to win the ball for the Guilford Indians. The Rams knock it loose and come away with it. Long ball again played forward. They're hitting a lot of hopeful balls for Seth Neary. That seems to be the Guilford strategy this evening.
Guilford's giving Cheshire a lot of space right now in the beginning of the second half. Cheshire's yet to take advantage of it, though.
Going for Cheshire.
Tommy Aldo tries to run it down up front.
Well, one
ball. Loose ball hauled down by the Rams, but they can't make too much of it. Greg Ott comes forward and picks up the loose ball for Guilford. Eli Brandt thought he had an opportunity there for just a second.
Well learned. Very patient Cheshire's playing right now.
For the most part, the game has been played Cheshire's way, but they haven't been able to create much in the way of scoring opportunities, nor has Guilford. Cornelius heads it back to Buchanan, who hits a long ball forward, looking for Tommy Aldo. But big guy Deary heads it out of bounds once again. He hasn't let much come down that right side. Dangerous ball played to the middle, picked off by Schwartz. Through ball down the right side. Schwartz trying to run it down. And John Seraphin has to come out, kick it over the touchline as the ball wouldn't quite roll into the box where he could pick it up. Rams with the ball deep in their own territory, trying to play the ball out of trouble, but the ball goes over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in for Guilford. Anthony Fiandella takes it for the Indians. Tosses it in. This time the ball goes over the touchline, and before Jeff Smith can throw it in for the Rams, the referee indicates it's a Guilford ball. Fiandello will take it again for Guilford. Ball played into Rhodey, again off the Rams. And Fiandello will have another throw in. Played into the box quickly. Knocked away by Sinkowski over the touchline again. And this time the Rams are going to have a chance to clear it. Mike Lyon gets control of it, doesn't clear it, and the ball is loose in the Cheshire end, and finally Dave Cornelius walks away with it. Played with the ball a little too much, too close to their own net that time.
Yeah, they weren't able to clear it. They're putting themselves in jeopardy there. They're getting a little too patient back there.
Got a foul on Guilford. And John Serafin will come forward and get about 60 yards of territory on this one.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to get rid of it a little bit.
10 minutes gone in the second half and still no score. Chris Rock brings that ball down to a dead stop, dishes it off. Mike Lyon plays it right, gets it back again to Chris Rock. Mike Lyon coming through, can't get the return pass, but Chris Rock finally plays the ball forward, looking hopefully for Tommy Aldo. A little too far, and Greg Ott takes possession for the Indians. Ott's long ball down the field, headed away by Sinkowski. Be collected by Guilford. Russell Goulet plays a through ball right down the middle, knocked away by the Rams. Mike Lyon tries to get the ball to Jeff Smith, doesn't quite get it there, and Guilford takes possession again. Goulet has it taken away. Tommy Aldo with it midfield. We've got about a 1-on-2. Rams on the attack. Jeff Smith with it, trying to get the ball in the front of the net. Knocks the ball off a Guilford player. It'll be a Cheshire throw-in deep in Guilford territory. Coming in for the Rams now, 16, Tyler Bourne, and Ken Cushion for the first time. Connor Nevins and Mike Lyon get a rest. Long throw by the Rams into the box, but headed away. Tyler Bourne brings it down. Tries to make hay on the right-hand side, loses possession, but Jamie Smith gets it back. Beats one player. Looks up, plays it low across the middle, and Aldo brings it down. And then Lashane steps in and belts it away. Guilford with one front runner once again, but this time it's Cody Christensen, the freshman. And we've got a whistle. And the referee is going to have a chat with Russell Goulet, number 11 for Guilford. We must have had something going on behind the run of play.
Yeah, I didn't quite see that, but from those two players, I don't think it's anything serious.
So Goulet and Eli Brandt get a short talking to. No cards are issued. And we're back in play. Tyler Bourne knocks it loose. Has the ball taken away by Guilford. Guy Derry plays a long ball forward looking for Cody Christensen. The Rams gain possession, play it back to Buchanan. And John Serafin has to step in and knock it long. All the way over midfield, but over the touchline. And Derry will throw it in again for Guilford. This throw-in runs all the way over the end of the field, and we'll have a goal kick for John Serafin.
Goal kick for Cheshire.
Little over 26 minutes left in regulation here. If we are still tied at the end of regulation, there'll be two 10-minute overtime periods, not sudden death. John Serafin drives the ball to midfield. Chris Rock tries to get ahead on it, but it goes off a Guilford player over the touchline. Quick throw in by Eli Brandt looking for Aldo. Aldo wins the ball in the corner, wins it back a second time. It goes over the touchline, and Chris Rock will take the throw in.
Throw in for Guilford.
Guilford playing with just one forward most of this game. Most of the time it's been Seth Neary. And right now it's the freshman Cody Christensen. Goulet is on the attack. He beats 2 players, plays it forward, gets it back, winds up a shot that's way off the mark.
One player who we haven't said a lot about, but Russ Goulet was the first team All-State for Guilford last year when they won the state championship, the only one they have returning.
This Guilford team is made up of mostly seniors and juniors. Cody Christensen, the freshman, we've mentioned his name, and that's about it for underclassmen. The Rams, on the other hand, have a large group of sophomores, 5 in fact, that actually start most games. So to some extent, the Rams are a little bit younger team. But those sophomores who are playing for the Rams are the 2-time State Cup champion playing in the Connecticut Junior Soccer Association, so they've got plenty of experience.
And playing well.
Tommy Aldo brings it down, loses the ball, and Guilford runs on the attack again. Rams with the ball. Dave Cornelius plays it forward to Jamie Smith, but he's double teamed and has it taken away by Rohde, who plays a blind pass to no one. And Ken Cushion picks it up and plays it forward. Ball skips past Tyler Bourne. Cornelius picks it up, beats 2 players to Bourne, plays it wide to Cushion. Cushion got a lot of room on the right-hand side, pushing it forward. Jeff Smith looking for the long cross on the back side. He can't get it there, and Guilford will come away with the ball. Guilford pushing it up. A lot of room for Schwartz on the right-hand side here. Jeff Smith hustling to get back. Takes down Jeff Schwartz. And we'll have a free kick, a dangerous free kick here for the Guilford Indians.
Cheshire unable to put anything together up top. So far this first half.
Fiandella to take the kick for the Indians. Plays a long ball into the box. Serafin goes up, brings it down. Plays a long ball forward. Ball is headed down, but the Rams pick it up. Grant looking for the ball, doesn't quite get it. Tyler Bourne plays it wide to Sinkowski. Sinkowski shields Schwartz off, holds on to the ball, plays a long ball across field to Buchanan with a lot of room. Buchanan stretching his long legs, plays it forward, plays it back to Bourne in the middle of the field. He quickly changes the field to the left with Sinkowski. Sinkowski takes on the first player, has more room, pushing forward, winds up. It's a curling ball that's about 10 feet to the right.
Good attempt by Tom. They need more of those.
Eli Brandt, Tommy Aldo coming out of the game. Taylor Morris, Sudi, and John Proto coming in up front for the Rams. So far, most of the subs that Coach Artur Bronco's been making have been up front, Pat.
Yeah, not too many, though. If you notice, I don't think Guilford's they made probably like 1 or 2 the entire game. Not a team to sub much.
Schwartz, dangerous ball played forward. Sinkowski heads it to the touchline. And we've got a foul on Guilford and be a free kick for the Rams. Sinkowski leaves it for Serafin. He'll take the free kick. John Serafin has 2 goals for the Rams this year, despite being the goalkeeper, hitting 2 free kicks earlier in the season. This time his free kick goes astray over the touchline, and Leshane will throw it in. Leshane's ball whacks hard into John Proto. It'll be a Guilford throw.
Guilford, number 14, Pat Sullivan.
Pat Sullivan now in the game for Guilford, replacing Jeff Schwartz. John Proto wards off a Guilford player, and we've got a foul on Gil Shaper, number 7 for Guilford, and we'll have a free kick for the Rams. John Proto did a heck of a job shielding that one.
Yeah, I think Gil Scapper got more of that hit than John did. John was ready to planted his feet pretty well.
Ball runs all the way through to Greg Ott, goal for the Guilford Indians. He'll put it back in play. Sinkowski heads it down, intended for Jamie Smith. Fiandella chips it forward. Dave Cornelius wards off the Guilford player. The ball again goes over the touchline. Things are starting to get a little bit chippy, Pat.
Yeah, I think Cheshire needs to keep the play, run a play. I think Guilford's getting a little frustrated. They haven't been able to put much together lately.
A little more than halfway through the second half here in Cheshire, and the score is the Rams nothing and Guilford nothing.
I think Cheshire needs to capitalize while Guilford's having a little shaky time here. They need to put one in, then play, keep the possession the rest of the game, and escape out of here with a 1-0 win.
We've got a Guilford player down deep in the Cheshire territory on his back. That's the freshman Cody Christensen, but he's back on his feet and appears like he's going to be able to continue. Looks like he might have taken a whack on the right leg. Sinkowski with a long throw in over the head of Morisuti. Jeff Smith heads it straight up in the air. And then Fiandella puts it onto the Cheshire bench, and it'll be a throw in. Jeff Smith, a long throw over the head of Lashane. John Proto putting on the pressure. And Guilford knocks the ball over the touchline. Jeff Smith with another throw in. Drops it to Sinkowski. Sinkowski beats one player, gives it to Jeff. Jeff Smith, he has the ball deflected, but it comes to the middle. Morisuti knocks it down, plays it back to Sinkowski, plays a low ball through in the middle.
Well turned by John Proto.
Proto turns and fires. Easy pickings, however, for Greg Ott.
It's getting closer for the Rams, though.
Ken Cushion plays the ball forward, then gets knocked down, and we'll have another foul on Guilford. Dave Buchanan to take the kick for the Rams. He drops it back to Dave Cornelius. Cornelius plays it forward, over to Sinkowski on the near side, back again to Cornelius. Long ball forward, finds nothing but a Guilford head. Buchanan coming forward, gets a piece of the ball but can't control it. Ken Cushion plays it over the touchline. Long ball played across the box by the Guilford Indians. Fiandella knocks it down. Shields off Jeff Smith, and we got a goal for Guilford. A quick strike by the Guilford Indians. Jeff Fiandella, or rather Anthony Fiandella, had the ball on the near sideline. Held off Jeff Smith, turned quickly and played a lightning cross across the front of the net. And it was knocked home. I'm not sure who got it after 160 minutes of scoreless soccer. Guilford is now ahead 1-0. Now the Rams are going to have to push it forward. Long ball played forward by Ken Cushion, finds no one. Cushion comes forward, knocks it down, gains possession once again. Jamie Smith plays it back. Change of field quickly to Sinkowski on the near side. Plenty of space for Sinkowski. He moves forward, chips the ball forward, intended for Jeff Smith. Lashane lets it run to Greg Ott, and Guilford has it.
The Guilford goal was scored by number 28, Cody Christensen. Slipped through the Cheshire defense on the cross, poked it in.
He one-touched that ball coming across the front of the net from Anthony Fiandella.
Scratch that, 7, Gil Scopper.
The Rams have a little over 16 minutes to square this tough score on this one. Only the 5th goal all year that the Rams have given up. Tyler Bourne plays it wide to Ken Cushion. His long ball goes over the head, well over the head of John Proto. And Guy Deary will collect it. Taylor Morisuti applies the pressure but knocks it over the touchline. Rams try to control the ball in midfield. Jamie Smith has it taken off his foot. Guilford pushes forward, but the Rams come away with it. A long crossfield ball comes to Sinkowski. One man to beat. Plays the ball forward to Mike Kennedy now in the game for the Rams. Ball comes back to Cornelius. He plays it back to John Serafin, who under pressure from Fiandella plays the ball forward a long way to Taylor Morisuti, but Taylor's called for backing in on the defender, and it'll be a free kick for Guilford.
Now in for Cheshire, number 21, Connor Nevin. Number 25, Mike Lyon.
Mike Lyon comes in for Jamie Smith. Connor Nevins comes back in for Ken Cushion at the right back. Morisuti knocks it down, plays it forward, but Guy Deary is there again. Long crossfield pass by Guilford comes to no one. Mike Kennedy brings it down and drops it back to Sinkowski. Back to Kennedy. Plays it back to Dave Cornelius. To Mike Kennedy on the left side. It's Mike Lyon. Sinkowski has it, loses it off his foot, and Fiandella plays a long ball forward intended for Jeff Schwartz. With the lead, Guilford's going to be able to back it up a little bit, play with that one forward, and just hit some hopeful balls. The Rams are going to have to come forward. Sullivan, a long cross, headed away at the last minute by the Rams. Morisuti fighting Guy Deary, and Guy Deary comes away with the ball one more time. Long throw in, headed away by Nevins. Goulet, a little shake and bake in midfield, keeps possession, plays it back to Lachane. Forward to Fiandella, but he loses the ball to Sinkowski. His ball forward eventually gets knocked out of bounds, and Sinkowski will take the throw in. Forward to Mike Kennedy. He turns, can't get by Fiandella. Guilford loses the ball once again to Kennedy. His pass is picked off by Goulet. Goulet beats one player, keeps coming forward. Finally is stuffed by Dave Cornelius, and a loose ball is played into the box, and it'll be collected there by John Serafin. Long ball forward. Again, played away by Guy Deary. He has pretty much shut the Rams down on that right side of the field all night, Pat.
Yeah, Rams are lacking the that final thing to get themselves in the final third open. They haven't been able to beat the outside backs of Guilford.
Earlier today, in a game played this afternoon, the high school girls varsity team played a 0-0 draw with Sacred Heart, which keeps alive their chances of making the state tournament, but it will require them to beat North Haven. They have one game left. They play North Haven on their senior night this Friday here at the McClary Athletic Complex, and they're going to need to beat North Haven, a very difficult task, if they're going to make the states this year. Two more subs coming in for Cheshire, and it'll be the Smith brothers. Jeff and Jamie coming in. Tyler Bourne comes out, as does Mike Kennedy. John Serafin puts it in play.
10 minutes left. Cheshire needs to start taking an extra chance to get a goal in.
Guy Deary finally has a ball go over his head, battling for it with Taylor Morisuti, and Morisuti wins it Crossing pass. Goes astray. Sinkowski picks up the loose ball, gets it forward to Jeff Smith. Jeff pulls the ball back, pulls it back again, slides down. A little bit of moisture on that field now, and we've seen a couple of the players begin to slip a little. Sinkowski back to Cornelius. Forward to Mike Lyon. Over to Sinkowski on the near side. His ball forward is played off of Sullivan. Out of bounds. It'll be a Cheshire throw. I've lost track long ago of how many throw-ins Tom Sinkowski's taken tonight, Pat.
Yeah, there's always a lot on this field.
One more for Sinkowski as the ball goes off of Fiandella. He drops it for Jeff Smith. Back to Sinkowski. Plays it back to Cornelius. The Rams spread the field, what there is of it. Cornelius back to Sinkowski. He's got a bunch of room. Pushes it forward, plays a through ball. This gets to Morisuti, but he can't control it with the first touch. Goulet picks it up, loses it. Morisuti gets it. He loses it. And Goulet picks it up one more time. Jeff Smith backtracking, helps triple team Goulet. The Rams get it. Long ball, almost over the head of the defender to Chris Rock. And we've got a foul on Guilford, and this could be a dangerous free kick. Rams with a free kick within reach of the goal. They'll play this one into the box. Tom Sinkowski comes forward from the left defense to get himself in front of the net. Ball is played into the box, doesn't quite get there as Goulet knocks it loose, and it comes all the way out off the head of Buchanan. Dave Cornelius to Sinkowski. He's got time to turn and look. Changes fields, looking for Chris Rock in the corner on the right side. Chris Rock pulls it down, tries to get the ball back to Jamie Smith, but it goes off his foot all the way back to midfield, and Buchanan will collect it there. He and Jeff Schwartz get tangled up, and we're going to have a whistle. And Dave Buchanan is going to get an unnecessary yellow card at this time of the game.
That'll keep him out for the rest of the game.
Under CIAC rules, if you get a yellow card, you must sit for 10 minutes. And so Cheshire now will be playing without its sweeper. Ken Cushion comes into the game, replacing Dave Buchanan. We'll have to see whether Cushion plays at the sweeper spot or they push Tom Sinkowski back there. So the Rams.
I think Sinkowski's playing. Oh no.
The Rams will not be playing shorthanded, but they will be playing without Dave Buchanan, at least for the rest of this game, unless the Rams manage to tie it up. Long ball into the box, runs all the way to Serafin. He corrals the ball. Quickly plays a long ball downfield. That's a good 70 yards. Chris Rock battles for the ball, gets a head on it, but can't control it. Guilford plays it over the touchline. We've got subs coming back in for the Rams. Eli Brandt, Tommy Aldo will be coming in up front. Taylor Morisuti comes out. And John Proto. Or rather, Connor Nevins. So the Rams are going with 3 at the back, Pat. They're pushing an extra player forward.
Yeah, well, they need the extra man up.
2 forwards came in, 1 forward and a defender came out, and the Rams are going to be playing with 3 at the back. It looks like Cushion's going to be in the middle. Ball slips out of the hands of the Rams, but apparently never came back in play, and the Rams will put it back in play again. Aldo scrapping in the corner against the much larger Derry, and it'll be a goal kick for the Indians. Joe Marr, the coach of Guilford, is having a word or two with the referee over that throw-in on the far sideline.
I don't really know what to do on that one either. He's not happy, though.
A little less than 7.5 minutes remaining. The Rams trail 1-0. Sinkowski chips it forward to Jeff Smith. He hits a long ball forward. Eli Brandt gets a touch on it, but it runs through him all the way to Greg Ott in goal. The Rams now playing with 3 at the back, pushing 3 men up whenever they get the opportunity. Greg Ott hits a long ball. Sinkowski gets a head on it. Ball is headed by Guilford all the way back to John Serafin, who throws it out to Sinkowski on the left wing. Sinkowski tries to push it forward. He loses it. Without that 4th player at the back, they're not going to be able to change the ball around the back like they've been used to doing, Pat.
Yeah, they got to go straight to the forwards and then work with the forwards from the midfielders.
6.5 to go. The Rams trail. Rams are going to have to resort to a little more direct play than they've been doing so far. Gil Shaper drops the ball back to Leshane. He'll take the throw in. Sinkowski gets a head on it, but deflects it into the middle of the field. And we've got a foul called. Looked like it was on Dave Cornelius. And we'll have a free kick here for Guilford. Goulet will take it. 4-man wall for the Rams. It's about 35 yards out. Goulet plays it wide, a header over the top of the crossbar. Instead of going to net, he treated it like a corner, and Schwartz headed it high and over the bar. Pat, we haven't heard much of Seth Neer lately.
I don't think he's played the whole second half here. Might be something we don't know about.
John Serafin puts it in play. Flicked on by Jeff Smith. Again by Jeff. Sinkowski. Fiandella pushes it forward, but he's called for running up the back of John Proto. It'll be a free kick for the Rams. Sinkowski puts a long ball into play quickly. It runs forward. Eli Brandt races for the ball, but Greg Ott comes out in a hurry and collects the loose ball in the box.
The Rams just looking for that one little opening and slip the ball through.
Rams are going to have to play more balls like that late in the game here with a little over 4.5 minutes to go. There's not going to be a whole lot of time to play it around the back. They're going to have to play a lot of balls forward, play them into the box, contest for them there, and try and create some opportunities. Long throw by Jeff Smith. Leshane gets a head on it. Brought down by Proto. Plays it forward to Brandt. His ball is deflected by Guilford. Comes to Mike Lyon. He drops it off to Dave Cornelius. He plays it to Chris Rock wide on the right. Long ball through, intended for Brandt. Hits him when he was tied up by 2 players. Sinkowski comes forward, winds up. He has a shot blocked by Fiandella.
Jeff should take this down line right now and put it on in.
Jeff Smith pulls the ball back, gets it on his left foot, crosses it low, deflection. John Proto one-timed it, sent it just wide to the left.
Cheshire's just looking for that one ball to hit the back of the net.
Crowd, which has been rather quiet at times during this game, is making a little more noise now. Greg Ott's ball comes out to midfield. Fiandella heads it down, but it goes to Mike Lyon. His ball forward, knocked loose over the touchline. It'll be a Guilford throw-in. Just a little over 3 minutes to go. The time is kept officially on the field by the game officials. But the game clock here at the field indicates 3 minutes to go. Leshane to Goulet. Mike Lyon brings it down. Plays it forward. Nice heel pass. Dropped off to Jeff Smith, but the ball runs a little too far in front of him. Knocked over the touchline. Sinkowski calling for the ball. He puts it in play. Jeff Smith with it. Drops it back to Sinkowski. Pulls it to his left foot. Pushes it forward. Moves it to his right. Drops it back to Mike Lyon. Mike Lyon pushes it forward into a lot of traffic. Turns, fires a deflection. The ball runs to Greg Ott in the goal for the Indians.
Cheshire need a little more up front. Need the forwards checking to the ball and checking away to get an opportunity towards goal.
Greg Ott's punt brings rain on that one. Be collected by Mike Lyon. He plays a long, hopeful ball forward looking for John Proto, but that's over the touchline. Fiandella lets it run all the way over the touchline. Again, it'll be a throw in for Thomas Sinkowski. Leshane steps in front of John Proto to win that one. Proto comes back, wins the ball away in midfield, gives it to Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith pushes it through. We've got a foot race at the back. Jeff Musicilli, one of the captains, senior captains for Guilford, playing sweeper, plays it out of danger. Sinkowski, a long cross, headed away.
Cushion puts it back in.
Ball's chipped back in. Racing forward is Mike Lyon, can't get a piece of it, and he's called for getting a piece of Sullivan at the same time. 2 minutes left on the game clock here at the stadium, but less time than that actually remaining as the game clock stops. And the official time will be kept on the field. Time running out rapidly on the Rams.
And Guilford letting it run.
Greg Ott comes forward to take the free kick. Runs all the way to John Seraphin. He puts it on the ground, and he's coming upfield with the ball. Seraphin lets go. That one's going to land in the penalty box. Headed away by Musili. Crossed by Rock. Runs to Jeff Smith. He's got a chance. Winds up left foot deflection. And that's going to run over the end line, and we're going to have a corner kick for the Rams. Time running out. The Rams are bringing everybody forward. Cross into the box. Knocked out over the touchline. Even John Seraphin was up 50 yards from goal on that one. Mike Lyon brings it down, pushes into the box. Too many green shirts. They're going to have trouble dribbling through that forest of players.
Nah, should have just dumped it right in. They probably should have taken more time on that corner as well.
Greg Ott's taking his time putting this back in play. Sinkowski goes up and gets a piece of it. Fiandella gets the next piece. Back to Sinkowski. He plays it forward. Ken Cushion brings it down, plays it forward, and there's the final whistle.
Unlucky result for Cheshire.
Thank you very much for coming to support the Cheshire High School boys.
So the Rams lose their second game of the season. Both games by a score of 1-0. Once to Sheehan earlier on, and this time 1-0 to the Guilford Indians. And the Rams' record now stands at 11 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties, with one big important game left against Notre Dame of West Haven on Friday. Taking a quick look at the statistics, aside from the final score of 1-0 for Guilford, this was a game with not a whole lot of shots on goal. Guilford had 6 shots total unofficially, and Cheshire had 5. Saves, Guilford had 3, Cheshire had 2. Cheshire, believe it or not, had only 1 corner kick in the second half. That came with less than a minute remaining. And the fouls were pretty much even. The Rams 5 in each half for a total of 10. Guilford was 7 in each half, total of 14. Pat, any final thoughts on tonight's game before we wrap it up?
It was a tough game for the Rams. I thought they outplayed Guilford, but hopefully they'll take this loss with them into the States and go from there, where it counts the most.
Guilford's the defending state class double-L champion. The Rams may meet up with them again. If the Rams can manage to fend off Notre Dame of West Haven on Friday, they still have a good chance of making the SCC championships and could meet the Guilford Indians for the 3rd time in the season. And they could possibly end up meeting them for a 4th time in the state. I want to thank Pat Nevins, who's come down to help with the color from UConn, the former captain of the Rams here, and Jason McWhirter, who helped with the statistics here in the booth.
Thank you for having me.
Until the next chance we have to be with you, wishing you all the best. The final score here from the McClary Athletic Conference, the complex.